Hi, my name is Clandra Newsom. This past summer, I went on a 5-week study abroad program in Cadiz, Spain. Since this was my first time out of the United States, I was a little anxious about my first flight being out of the country. 8 hours was a long time being in the air. I just thought about all the clouds that I would see and prayed for safe travels. Once our group arrived at our hotel in Madrid, we were given time to explore, shop, or sleep before we met up later that evening for dinner. I chose to shop. I wasn't tired even after staying awake the entire flight. They had many sales. We came at the right time. The next few days we went exploring around Madrid. We went to the botanical garden and saw many beautiful plants. Nature seemed much more thrilling in Spain than back home in the States. We were able to visit Prado Museum, which is home to many great art pieces that we learn in Spanish history classes. Outside of the museum, I saw my very first international Mad Hatter. During our exploring, we were able to visit the Cathedral of Madrid. It was very, very beautiful. The ceilings, the walls, the altar, the pews were beautiful. Everything was beautiful, and it was located near the castle. We were able to visit the exact point where all the streets in Madrid met at one point in history. In Córdoba, we went to the Mezquita and saw a flamenco show. Flamenco is such an interesting dance, even the music is beyond words. Once we finally arrived in Cadiz, we met up with our host families. I wanted to room by myself to get a better experience, and Ana and Luis treated me as though I was their 5th child. My room was quaint, different than my room at home in the States, but great all the same. It was so girly and I loved it. On one of our first excursions, we traveled to Sevilla. We toured through a palace where I saw my first peacock. Sevilla is home of one of the largest cathedrals in the world, and we got to tour it as well as climb the tower, where I took many pictures of the amazing view. Of all the interesting things in the cathedral, seeing a burial site where some remains of Christopher Columbus resided was amazing. Alongside studying at the University of Cadiz, I was able to get an internship with the Red Cross of Spain in Cadiz. I fed the homeless and worked in the social services department. I mainly liked feeding the homeless because I didn't like doing paperwork all the time. Homeless people in Cadiz were very friendly and talkative. They didn't beg like some of the ones here in the States do. After a week of studying, our group was able to bond at the bars and clubs with some of the locals. I met a friend there who I still speak with every now and then. We help each other with our languages of study. On one of the weekends when we didn't have an excursion, I was able to go to a birthday party celebrating the first birthday of my host family's second youngest grandchild, Daniela. Here she is opening a present that I bought for her. The Museum of Cadiz housed the tombstones that I learned about in my History of Spanish Culture class, and it also had many sculptures, paintings, and other artifacts that brought the Museum of Cadiz to life to me. And I don't really like museums like that, but I was able to see the artwork of many local artists who I believe are the most talented out of the really famous artists. They just don't get recognized for it. During one of my ventures in Cadiz, I stumbled upon a beautiful sculpture of a flamenco dancer right outside of the center where they teach flamenco classes. We were able to visit a castle that Christopher Columbus had once lived in at a point in time. It was amazing. There were rooms everywhere, They each had a story in this particular picture. This altar was said to have been haunted. La Caleta was a very beautiful beach that our group went to a number of times a week. I lived about 3 minutes down the street in front of this beach. It was even lovelier at night when I could walk out far enough into the ocean because of the low tide. After classes one day, flamenco singers came and spoke with a number of students. They sang, danced, and informed us about the culture of flamenco. The Cathedral of Cadiz was amazing and even more beautiful at night. There were candy shops on every corner in Cadiz. I've never seen so many candy shops in my life. I think I have only seen maybe 1 or 2 in the States, and that's saying a lot. During the 4 weeks in Cadiz, I always ate dinner with my host family, Ana and Luis. But this time, I was able to actually go out and eat dinner with my friends, and I really enjoyed it. It was our last dinner in Cadiz, so we made it count. We had returned to Madrid, and our last night in Madrid, we went to a bullfight. I cried like a baby. I was not prepared to see any innocent animal be sacrificed to feed homeless people. It was heartbreaking. I do not understand the bullfighting aspect of the Spanish culture very much. I had never seen a bullfight. I had never read up on a bullfight. I didn't know that the bulls were actually killed. So I do not agree with that. And I know the Spanish are very famous for bullfighting, but I can't. On our return flight back to the States, I reflected on my Spanish adventure. This would not have happened had it not been for Dr. Russell's ice cream social about the study abroad program in Cadiz and the Benjamin Gilman International Scholarship. I was able to study, intern, and explore in Spain because of this scholarship. It was a life-changing experience that I want everyone to experience in life. Winning this scholarship taught me that once I set my mind to something, I can do anything. With hard work, determination, and a great advisor, anything is possible. If you are eligible, do your research on this scholarship. Do not wait. If I can do it, you can do it. Dreams do come true. Thank you.